Welcome back to the Own It Masterclass. We are here with session 3. This is our final session of the workshop, and we still have 3 more bonus sessions. So the Own It Masterclass is all about how to own your mind to create life and business by design, because we do know that we win or lose in the mind first, and your mind thinks in pictures and comes to pass. Your environment is but your looking glass. So if you look at what your results are, it will tell you where the compilation of your thoughts, feelings, and actions have been previously. And so if you want something different, guess what? You have to change. You have to change the way you think, the way you act, and you have to build the right mindset, skill set, and high performance habits. 98% of our thoughts, feelings, and actions are habitually unconscious, and they're happening over and over again. And so if we don't change, nothing changes. So change your mind and change your life. So welcome back. We are diving into the masterclass. Make sure you have your workbook. We are on day 3. And this page may look familiar to you because I'm going to ask you to again write out your top 3 intentions, your top 3 desires. So remember, you're more likely to achieve them and quicker when you write them down daily. And I asked you earlier this week to decide and commit on these. And if you will burn the boats and decide that this is happening no matter what, there is no plan B. You are 90% more likely to achieve it. So I ask you, are you 1 foot in and 1 foot out? Or are you all in and you've decided that you are capable, worthy, and deserving of all you need and desire and more, and you can have it? The first thing you need to do is decide, and then I need you to believe. So we're going through the 5 keys of manifesting this week: ideas, thought, plan, action, and belief. On day 1, you generated new ideas, and these are the 3 things you decided on. Go ahead and write them out now. Yesterday, we taught you an NLP reframing exercise and how to get out of any negative situation. And this is available to you every day, all day, whenever you need it. So you can see the contrast and constantly decide what you prefer, get what you need to learn from the experience, and find something to be grateful for about it. So you can get out of the trauma cycle and the unconscious habitual loops. And today it's all about planning. And so we are going to begin to plan your winning self-image, because you need to embody it to become it. So put that in the chat, because I want you to remember that. You must embody it to become it. And so how do you embody something? You first have to have thoughts that are in alignment with the goal achieved, not thoughts of seeking, like, where is it yet? How come I don't have it? And having a pity party, because that only gets you less of what you want and more of what you don't. And so to embody it, we need to have the thoughts in our mind that are in alignment with the goal achieved, about who we are being with that goal achieved. So today, not only are we going to design a winning self-image, we're going to create a future memory. So you can create the pictures on your mind to get into the emotional feeling, because the emotion is the language of the unconscious mind, emotional feelings of the goal achieved, so you can embody it to become it. So once you've got those top 3 desires down, let's dive into today's session. So I asked you, what do you currently believe about yourself? And what are some of those lies you are telling to yourself? Until you identify the lies, like, I can only earn, I can only do, it's going to be slow, it's going to be hard, whatever those lies are that you're telling yourself, I want you to make a list of them right now. We did a reframing exercise where you got really clear on a lot of the contrast of things that you don't like in your life. And now I want you to actually ask yourself, what are some of those upper limits that you have unconsciously put upon yourself, or what we might like to call lies? Lies that we've chosen to believe for too long, that keep us in the same spot and not getting more of what we desire. So let's see it in the chat. What's one lie you've been telling yourself? For me, it was, it had to be so hard. I got really clear that it doesn't. Another one was, it has to take a really long time. Previously, it was because I'm too young, yet I've studied for almost 20 years, which is longer than most people spend in a career. And I've just simply been studying human potential and performance for that period of time. And I want to hear what are some of the lies you've been telling yourself. These people won't take me seriously. Really good. I like that one. And so now I want you on the page, you're going to write these upper limits. So the current lie, people don't take me seriously. An upper limit might be like, I can only make this much in sales. And then you're going to write what you prefer. So we're doing a quick review of all the thoughts that you guys have been having over the last couple days. As soon as you decide on the goal, you've entered the change process, the transformation process. And you have to start to break down the current version of you and identify those lies and start to transform them so that you can get to where you want to be. And so today, day one was to observe your thoughts. Day two was to begin to reframe your thinking. And today is now to continue to do that and then embody it to become it. So we're going to start to enter the spirit of it today, which we'll talk about later. And first, I just want to do a really good recap and talk about your self-image. So what you believe is possible for you or what you don't believe is possible for you. So the lies that you've been telling yourself are what you don't believe is possible. And then I want you to start to look at the areas in your life, because remember, everything works in patterns. So where are you stuck? Where is it that you've been trying to make a change for quite some time and yet nothing changes? And I want you to write down those upper limits. So is it in your health? Is it in your wealth? Is it in your relationships? What are some of those upper limits or glass ceilings? And what this is going to start to identify you are the limiting beliefs you have around your self-image of who you are and what you believe is possible for you. I used to believe that earning $60,000 when I graduated was great because that's what the average woman earned. And I quickly learned that that was my previous glass ceiling. And I always would be literally on the way to well surpassing the $60,000 annually and always attract an experience to bring it back down to the 60,000. And that is the psycho-cybernetics that we talked about. So you have a current self-image and it's set at $60,000 annually, and you're going for the 100,000. You will unconsciously self-sabotage and keep yourself at that glass limit. And so what I'm asking you right now is to start to identify what are those upper ceilings and glass ceilings and upper limits that you've been giving to yourself. After I've done this work, I was able to break that six-figure glass ceiling, and now we have even bigger goals. And I want that for you too. And the first step is awareness. You have to start to identify what those upper limits are. So when it comes to creating content and being of service, my main thought is it's a lot of work. Awesome. And so some of the upper limits are it's a lot of work. And some of the limiting beliefs are it's a lot of work. You know what I think is harder than creating content and serving people? Working for somebody else your entire life and building their dreams. So the contrast is you get to do this for yourself, build your own business, build your own dream, and serve others. Sherry says, yes, yes. What is more painful than doing the work you need to do within your business is building somebody else's dream. And so what would you prefer? The work to be joyful, fun, smooth, easy, and a new belief that it's all easy and it's all possible. And you can build your business in an hour to 3 hours a day. And so what new beliefs do you need to start having? And only by identifying what are some of the current upper limits will we be able to decide what are some of the new upper limits we want to set. So maybe it's going from 5 figures to 6 figures. Maybe it's going from 6 figures to 7 figures. Maybe it's going from 6 figures to 6 figures reoccurring revenue or passive revenue. What is it that you truly want? And so once you've identified some of those limits, let's dive into creating that winning self-image. And so now, the current self-image of you was given to you via that model of the world you grew up in. And so if you didn't have new people to emulate or to model, that will give you new glass ceilings, then we get more of the same. So what you're going to start to do is build your own model of the world to create and pull from. And so we ask you, who are 3 people you wish to emulate and why? And I'd love to see one in the chat. So who are 3 people that if you could trade places with, you would, or that maybe they've already achieved what you desire to achieve. And so, who are three people you wish to emulate and why? So, we've identified some of the lies. We've identified some of the glass ceilings. We've decided what we're going to prefer. And now we're really going to recreate ourselves. And the first thing you need to do is start to rebuild a model to pull from. And so I love Bob Proctor. I'm always using Bob Proctor as an example because he was humble, he was successful, he was kind, and he literally was a world-class global leader that changed my life. And so I would love to be more like Bob Proctor because of his discipline and because he was so humbled. He would get up every single day, read his Think and Grow Rich book. He would journal. He'd write his affirmations 120 times every morning and every night, 10 things he's grateful for and why. And he ran a multi-million-dollar global company. And he's passed away now, and the company's still going. And his consultants all over the world teaching his courses. Now that's a legacy. And so for me, number one is Bob Proctor, being humbled, being disciplined, and leaving a legacy. So who is somebody that you wish to emulate and why? And let's see it in the chat. And so you might want to think about your zone of genius or your business. Yvonne, think about Spanx. I mean, she's done incredible. Is there something that you could think about her and her company that you wish to embody? Her resilience, her tenacity, her ability to do all the things and build a business from her living room into it might even be a billion, but a multi-million-dollar global empire now. And so I really want you to start to build that model of the world for you to pull from. Now, you need to begin to embody it. So if you don't answer the first part, you can't do the second part. And so the second part is to begin to embody it, to become it. So how can you be more like this today to embody the new you? So I would ask myself, how can I be more humble today? How could I be more disciplined today? How can I leave more of a legacy today? Maybe it's starting to write your first book. Maybe it's starting your own podcast. Maybe it's sending 3 thank you notes to people in your life. Bob was one of the most kindest, most generous people I've ever met. And so you have to embody it to become it and start to act as if, or enter the spirit of it. And you have to know what that looks and feels like. So who are 3 people you wish to emulate and why? And how can you be more like that today? Now, the next part is you're going to write this 1 page, or it could be a paragraph, whatever you want it to be, of this new self-image. So you decided what your big, hairy, audacious goal was, your life purpose. You decided what 3 goals you're going to achieve this year to finish this year off with momentum and kick next year off with momentum, because what you do this quarter will show up in your results next quarter. And so when you think nothing's happening, everything's happening for you. You just have to be patient, resilient, and tenacious. And so you're going to imagine your life is a book. And if I were to open up and read a synopsis of the character, that would be you. What is that self-image? So you're being more humble, you're leaving a legacy, you're being more disciplined. What does being more disciplined look like? Having integrity in all areas of your life, looking at how you can begin to embody this, and you're actually going to start to write out your self-image script. Now, of course, this is something we go much deeper with inside of our programs. And this is just to get you started realizing that the current version of you is amazing, and it's not going to get you to your goal achieved. You must enter the transformation process. The current version of you must be broken down and a new version must be birthed. The current version of you is awesome and it got you here, and it's not going to get you there. And so we want to now redesign. So if you want to be a multi-million-dollar global empire owner and founder, that leaves a financial wall of freedom and independence for your family for centuries and generations to come, and leaving a legacy and a positive impact, a legacy of love and positive impact. What does that look like? What does that feel like? What version of you do you need to embody and become that can have the capacity to not only achieve the goal and to also keep going? Because most people, even when they do get the goal, their unconscious mind is now aware that they have surpassed their internal set point and things go back to where they were. I did this for years, and now is your opportunity to take this information and have yourself be on a much more higher trajectory versus going up a little bit, going down, going up a little bit, going down. We want it to look more like this on the way up, all the way up. And that's going to require you to embody you. And so I want you to take a moment and I want you to close your eyes. And we're going to do a little bit of a guided visualization together. So take a big deep breath. And you're welcome. For those in the Zoom room, you can leave your camera on or you could turn it off. And I just want you to sit back and relax and close your eyes and take a few big deep breaths with me. So fully in and fully out. Fully in and fully out. Getting back into the now. Good. I want you to imagine it is January 1st, 2025. And those top 3 desires that you wrote down have all been achieved and worked out perfectly, smoothly, and easily. How will you know you've achieved it? Is it the amount of money in your bank account? Is it the amount of sales in your on your website? Is it the amount of clients and new prospects in your CRM? Is it that you're on a vacation with your family? Is it that an email came in and said your inventory is sold out? How will you know you've achieved it? And what's different now that you've achieved it? What is different? Is it the way that you're acting? Is it the way that you dress? Is it the environment that you surround yourself in? Is it the people that you surround yourself with? Are you in a new home, a new car? Is it all these new clients? So what's different? So how will you know you've achieved it? And what's different? And now, how do you feel? What is the number one feeling you feel? Do you feel free? Do you feel prosperous? Do you feel successful? Do you feel joyful? Do you feel grateful? How does it feel now that you've achieved these top 3 desires for 2024? And I want you to cast yourself out to a celebration. So now you are celebrating with friends, families, clients, your community, and you're celebrating your success and the achievement of these 3 goals and more. How will you celebrate? Who will you celebrate with? Who's going to be there with you? What are you wearing? How are you acting? How's your hair? Are you wearing accessories? Start to really visualize yourself in this celebration with the goal achieved. And you have a great videographer there with you guys, and they have a drone. The drone is going up. Everyone is getting together for a group picture. And you're going to take a big picture, a snapshot of you and everybody in this incredible celebration. Amazing. And now I want you to take that picture and I want you to pull it towards you and imagine putting it on your phone. And then when you go home, it's now there on your digital picture frame on the wall. And you are so proud and grateful that you were willing to bet on yourself and believe in your dreams and be consistent, persistent, and resilient. And that you bet on you because now you know what's possible for you. You know you are capable, worthy, and deserving. You now deserve, allow, and receive all the good of abundance that the universe has to offer. And you accept it now. Thank you, life. And whenever you're ready, come on back into the now, come on down into the now, and come on back into the room. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. What a beautiful visualization. And so now everyone has a future memory, and they know not only what is different, they know how they will know they've achieved the goal. You also have a visualization of the celebration. And so I want you to continue to build on this visualization of this future memory of you with your goal achieved. And it would be amazing if the first thing you do every morning is add more details to it. And the first thing you do every night is add more details to it before you go to sleep. So you're welcome to turn your cameras back on if you're finished meditating there. And I'd love to see in the chat what came up for you during that meditation. How will you know you've achieved the goal? Let us know. So how will you know you've achieved the goal? Is it the amount of clients? Is it the amount of sales? Is it because you've gone on a vacation? Is it because you paid your parents' mortgage? And what is different? Maybe where you live, maybe the car you drive, maybe how you run your business, maybe your relationships. And then you're going to keep stepping into the feeling of it. So that feeling that you just had during that visualization, I want you to take it with you all day long today and all week long and continue to embody it to become it. And so let's talk about some of the 3 key principles that are going to help you create and own that winning self-image. The first is called praxis. Bob introduced me to this, and it really means the integration of belief with behavior. So I want you to think about this. You need to integrate your beliefs, which we've talked about this week, are mostly unconscious and habitual. And so we need new beliefs. And then we need to integrate them with the behavior, because without action, nothing happens. And so I want you to write that down. Praxis is the integration of belief with behavior. And what is entering the spirit of it? Entering the spirit of it is embodying it to become it. One of my favorite lessons by Thomas Gerard is entering the spirit of it. And I will share that in our Own It community on Facebook for you guys to take a listen on YouTube, and highly encourage you to listen to it every day for 30 days and study it until you can truly begin to embody it to become it. And so entering the spirit of it means showing up every single day in the spirit of the goal achieved. Not in the fear, worry, and doubt, not in the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, not in the guilt, fear, shame, hurt, anger, sadness, rage, doubt, none of those negative emotions. Instead, you're entering the spirit of it with expectancy, with love, with peace, with harmony, with abundance, with prosperity, with excess. And you're going to start to be the person you would be with your goal achieved. Now, that is essential because you are attracting who you're being. And so if you're being a successful entrepreneur, you will attract them. But if you're in a pity party feeling sorry for yourself, We will only attract more people who will jump in and love to have a pity party with us and not help pull us forward. So we're going to begin to embody this new version of us every single day. So that is entering the spirit of it. And I love to use the analogy of athletes because they work with mental rehearsal and sports psychologists, and they mentally rehearse their race or their activity or sport so many times before they even do it. And so before they've even done the race, they've already won in their mind multiple times. So what are you mentally rehearsing? You winning or all the ways it can go wrong? And so when they show up, they don't look sad. They don't look worried or fear or like, is this going to work? I don't believe in myself. They are ready to own it. They are ready to take off that start line. They are dressed for the occasion. They are showing up to play full out. They know in their mind they're the greatest and they're going to win. And then they do their absolute best, regardless of what's required, because they know they're capable, worthy, and deserving of achieving their goals. And they've entered the spirit of already being the winner. And so each day I ask you to enter the spirit every single day of you being the winner in your life. And so if praxis is the integration of belief with behaviors, we've talked about what new beliefs we need to start believing this week, new affirmations, what you would prefer. And now we need to talk about what new beliefs and habits would you like to implement into your life that will move you closer to your goals. So your beliefs show up in your habits. So a new belief is, I make daily sales. A new habit looks like asking 10 people to actually buy from you. I love it how I'll talk to somebody and they'll be like, I didn't make any sales this month. And I ask, well, how many people did you actually ask to shop or buy? And they're like, 2. I'm like, well, that's good, but it is a little bit of math and magic. And so we, of course, inside our programs, we would teach you how to create your metrics and reverse engineer it so that you would know that if you wanted to close 5 sales, you need to have 10 consult calls. And in order to book 10 consult calls, you needed 20 connect calls or strategy calls. And in order to book those 20 connect calls or strategy calls, you actually had to go do other activities to get you there. So the concept of the sale is amazing. And there is a true funnel and standard operating procedure that will help you get it. And so wishing is one thing. And of course, we have to expect the best. And the 4th stage of manifesting is action. So what new habits need to go along with the new beliefs that you can put into your calendar that are going to get you closer to your goal? And I ask you and challenge you and dare you to pick one thing for an hour a day for your personal goal and your professional goal. So committing to an hour a day of your personal goal. If it was to get in shape, then it's to exercise and meal prep. If it's to close sales and expand your business, it's to have a sales and marketing power hour daily, where you know exactly what you're doing when you show up to that power hour and you don't just end up scrolling down a bunch of reels and going down a rabbit hole and being like, oh, I did sales and marketing for an hour because I was at my computer for an hour and I never asked anybody to come into our community or shop or buy, made any new connections, but I was on Instagram for an hour. It doesn't work that way. I see Lorraine's laughing. We've all been there, okay? And there are actions and habits that have to back the belief. So praxis. So what's the new belief? I make sales daily. What's the new habit and action that's going to go along with it? I ask 5 people to shop and work with me, shop for me or work with me every day. And I make 10 new connections and I put myself in front of one new ecosystem and I put up one social post. Okay, so what are those new habits? And let's hear it. So what's a new belief? Is it like I'm my ideal body weight? And what's a new habit that can go along with that? Is a new belief that you are in a loving and harmonious relationship with your divine life partner? And what's a new habit that would go along with that? Well, maybe you never leave your house. How are you going to meet them? Well, I used to have a joke that he would just show up at my door because I did have many relationships where that did happen. So that's, it could happen. And that's because I manifest like a goddess. And it's not usually how it works. Like you'd actually have to go out, put yourself in an environment with single people and meet them to be able to create that new relationship. And so the thinking of it is amazing, and we have to attach an action to it, okay? Now, if you're sitting there thinking like, what action, Heather? Then that's exactly why you want to come back tomorrow. Tomorrow is session 4. It's all about action. And we're going to have an open house working mastermind. And that means that you are welcome to come mastermind with our Own It Collective clients and everyone within our community. This is not recorded and it's not casted. So the only way you can access it is actually joining us on the Zoom link and coming in the Zoom room. And so you get to bring anything you need support on. And so you can come and ask, like, here's a new belief I would like to, start integrating in my life. What actions or habits can do to help, have those daily sales? And myself and our community will be there to help you. And you'll leave with an actual action that you're going to commit to. And so reminder, ideas, thought, plan, action. So idea was, for many people, I heard that they wanted to make more sales and close more clients. And you decided on that and you put it as a goal. Then you started to have thoughts that either were telling you, yes, let's do it. You're amazing. Can't wait to serve more people. Or it sounded like it's going to be hard. It's going to be a lot of work. I don't know how I'm going to do that. And then we probably didn't take the actions. And because the next stage is to plan. So now you're creating that winning self-image. And when you go and take the action, you're going to take the action in the spirit of the goal achieved. Okay, so we're going to make this really clear. This is the inspired action. This is a bonus for you guys today. I'm going to tell you about inspired action. Okay, not just any action. First, you must decide on your desired outcome. So what do you want? I asked you already. You've already declared it. You've written it down every day this week. Then you have to get into the feeling of it. So you create a future memory. How will I know? I've closed new sales every single day. I get an email or I check my sales portion of my website. And then what's going to be different? You're going to have more emails to send out. There'll be more people on your weekly group coaching calls. What else might be different is that you are now reordering and restocking up on your products because you've sold them all. Like what is it that you're going to begin to embody? And so the first is you decide on the outcome, then you enter the spirit of it, and then you're going to ask yourself, what is the quantum leap action I can take? Not just any action, the quantum leap action. So what is the one thing that I can do that will breed me the largest result in the least amount of time with the least amount of effort that will make everything else unnecessary, complete, obsolete, or achieved? Okay, so instead of being busy and overwhelmed and doing a lot of things, we want to be focused and prioritize. So one, we're going to decide on the outcome. Then we're going to visualize that goal achieved and we're going to begin to embody it. And then we're going to take a quantum leap action. So imagine you signed one client that is a 6-month client and pays in full. And that would be selling 3 of your lower ticket products, 3 pay in fulls, same price. What is going to get you the larger result? Probably closing the 1 higher ticket client. Right? And so I want you to pause and ask yourself, what inspired action can I take today? What's that desired outcome? How can I embody that goal achieved? And then what's that quantum leap action? And so your homework for today, which is one of my favorite days, because we're going to, 1, continue to observe our thoughts. Number 2, we're going to begin to flip the thoughts and reframe them and decide what we prefer. And then today you're going to begin to embody it to become it. So you're going to write out that self-image script of who you're being with your goal achieved, and you're going to start to act like you've already achieved it. And I want you to create a vision board that goes along with your self-image script. The new version of you. So I wanted to show you guys. I have a self-image mood board. This is my self-image mood board. This is me with my goal achieved. This is my healthy version of Heather. Oh, exercise it, business Heather, and then vacation Heather. Okay, so you're welcome to do it like that, as well as you're welcome to make it an actual full vision board. So I have my self-image mood board on this vision board, as well as all my goals and what they allow. Okay, we teach you how to do this in more in depth within working with us. And I just want you to start making a vision board because your mind thinks in pictures and it comes to pass. Environment is what our looking glass. So your results are telling you what pictures you've been holding in your head previously, and it's time to put new pictures in there. And so the self-image mood board we actually created along with one of our guest lectures from a style coach who used to do red carpet styling. She was one of our guest speakers, and she taught us how to make a self-image mood board to show up as the woman on your vision board. And so that's one of the trainings that you get inside the Own It Collective. And I'm just encouraging you right now as part of your homework. Of course, we're going to continue to observe the thoughts, decide what we prefer, and then you're going to embody it to become it. And you're going to make that self-image script and a vision board that goes along with it. Now, I love hard copy vision boards, but I haven't done them for years. I used to have 3 that were like paint canvases, and I could pin things to them and I could change the pictures all the time. Probably for 3 or more years now, I've just been doing the digital vision boards, and they're my favorite. So we use Canva. Canva is a free app and they have templates. So you can Google vision board, you can Google mood board, and you'll be able to have a template and just plug in pictures. And so I want you to actually do this, not think of it as work. I want you to think of this as a slowing down to speed up. This is the working smarter and not harder. This is what's going to help you embody it to become it. Because when you can hold that picture in your mind, you can begin to enter the spirit of it, and you can begin to change your point of attraction. So every single thought has a thought impulse. 17 to 70 seconds, you hold a thought, either I'm good enough or I'm not, or it's really easy or it's really hard. And that thought impulse goes out into the ether that works with so that's saying what frequency you're in. So that's the number one law of attraction. It's actually the law of vibration. So what frequency are your thoughts on? That's the frequency you're vibrating on. And the law of attraction is the secondary law. It says you attract back like attracts like. And so you are going to attract what frequency you're in. And so your thoughts are helping create that frequency. And so is it in possibility or is it in fear, worry, and doubt? And remember, we're trying to get our thoughts to 51% positive to have our most dominant frequency and energy that we're sending out to be working with us instead of against us. So we can attract back the right people, places, circumstances, and opportunities to truly achieve what we desire. And so that is your homework for today so far. And I just wanted to check in. Does everyone have a goal card so far? So there is a goal card for you guys in the workbook. And I want you to put one goal that you want the most in positive and present tense. And I want you to put it on that. You could put your top 3 desires if you want. You can put your big, hairy, audacious goal. You can choose your one top goal. And I want you to take that goal card, and every time you touch it, you feel it, you see it, the picture of your goal achieved, that visualization that we just did, is going to come onto your mind. And your mind thinks in pictures, and it comes to pass. Environment is but our looking glass. So if we can hold that picture in our mind, we could have it in our hand. It's just what picture are we holding in the mind the majority of the time? And so if you are ready to truly own it and live life by design, I want to invite you into an opportunity, which we talked about yesterday, to help you truly level up, scale, and grow personally and professionally. And of course, if you feel like you've got all you need from today, amazing. Come back for our session tomorrow. We're going to also have a special guest speaker, Shabnam, who's going to share about her experience of working with us for the last year inside the Own It Collective, as well as her experience in the Rapid Breakthrough. And she is one of our mastery mentorship clients. And so I get the honor to work with her bi-weekly on a call and inside our Own It Collective. And she's going to share with you exactly how that has massively impacted her life tomorrow. And so that we will be sharing inside the mastermind session. So come back for that. And if you feel like you've got all you need today, then I'll see you back tomorrow. And I'd like to invite you to stay and listen to this incredible opportunity. It's time to build a business that is resilient, that is recession proof, to build a mindset, a skill set, and the high performance habits that are going to have you be successful regardless of a recession or a boom, regardless of external or past circumstances. We want to give you the framework to be able to master your mind, to live life and business by design, to be able to build out the high performance habits and the skill set to own your sales and serving, to own your branding and marketing, to own your operations and management, as well as your development and research. As well as we teach you the 6 core self-mastery lessons: owning your vision, owning your goal. And with that, we teach you how to create your own quantum leap blueprint so you can stay in inspired action and be focused and prioritized instead of busy and overwhelmed. We help you have a deeper understanding of how the mind works. We help you develop and create a winning self-image more in depth. We help you build the high performance habits of successful people, because your beliefs show up in your habits. So change your habits and change your life. And we help you master yourself, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Deepen your connection with spirit. Own your soul purpose. Own your physical, mental, and emotional well-being, because you come first and you must fill up your cup, because we cannot pour from an empty cup. And so we work on you and not just your business, because we know that you're your upper limit in your business. Guys, I could not smash that $60,000 glass ceiling. I was over and over, and no matter what I did, I literally couldn't work harder. I already told you guys, I work 7 days a week, 18-hour days, 3 businesses, 3 contracts, volunteering. No more time left to trade. I literally couldn't work harder. And so it's learning to work smarter instead of harder. And that's exactly what we're going to do inside the program. We've seen our clients go from an idea to a successful business, from one business launching into another, from one business to getting that self-sustainable to creating a second business. We've had people go from lack of self-worth and not believing in themselves and treating their business like a hobby, to actually stepping into that CEO role and schedule and mindset and self-image of the successful business owner, and running their business like a well-oiled machine with white glove service that can run with and without them. We've helped people create forest schools, launch magazines, write books, expand their one-on-one practice, create group programs. I'm trying to think, we've helped so many different business owners over the past years, and it would be my absolute honor and gift to be able to support you to get from where you are to get to where you're going. And you know what the best part is? The better you do, the better your ripple effect and the more of a positive impact that you can have. And that's who I love to work with. Those who are not only know it's time for a transformation, they're willing to do the work to have the transformation, and they want to leave a positive impact and a legacy of love. And they know that with their idea, with their business, they can make an impact. And if that's you, I'm speaking to you. I would love to work with you and invite you to come and join us inside the Own It Collective. So we do have some special prizes. Sorry, we already gave away the prize before we started. We have one more prize to give away on Friday, and that's a value of $500, and that is 2 coaching calls with me. So come back and join us on Friday for our bonus belief session. And now let's talk about the sign-up bonuses and how you can get almost double what you're paying for the value of the program. All right, so we have the Own It Collective, and we have 2 options. So you can either join with the pay in full, or you can join on a payment plan. We have our weekly group coaching sessions. You've got our Kajabi library where you can access all previous resources and lessons, and all the recordings go in, so you can catch that self-image style mood board lesson there. And we also have a VIP Facebook group that has tons of resources, book club readings, and more inside there. And you get access to our VIP events, which is exactly what that special guest speaker was, who came in and taught you how to show up as a woman on your vision board. And everybody, so that's a live weekly group coaching session. And everyone who joins us in the Own It Collective will also get access to Success Principles Society. And so that is the downloadable workbooks and audios for you to study the 6 core self-mastery lessons with us. And we do a monthly group coaching, co-working mastermind. So you can come get support once a month live with us in the group and anything you need support on. This is a value of $337, and we're gifting that to you for free. You get 6 months access inside the Own It Collective as well as inside Success Principle Society. For those who are paying in full, you are going to get a value of over $3,000 in products. So we've got 2 90-minute coaching sessions with me for any time that you sign up this month and pay in full. And the first 3 people who pay in full by 7 p.m. this Friday will get the Rapid Breakthrough, which is 3 sessions with me. It's an intake, a timeline therapy session, and then a follow-up session. In this timeline therapy session, we are going to work on clearing your negative emotions and your top limiting belief. Now, you heard Ren say yesterday that this was so impactful for her, that it allowed her to release all the negative emotions and all the things that weren't serving her and start to really feel peace and harmony within her mind. Now, this is a value of $1,487. And so between the sign-up bonuses and the fast action bonus, which is your rapid breakthrough when you sign up by Friday, that's over $3,000 in prizes or gifts from me. That's my gift from me to you to make sure you're successful for only $3,330. And of course, we have a payment plan, so we would love to support you if you wanted to jump in on the payment plan. It's only $555 a month. Now, this is Canadian dollars and taxes are included. Again, you get everything we already talked about, and the sign-up bonuses are 2 45-minute one-on-one coaching calls with me, a value of $600. So plus the $337, that's almost $1,000. And then the first 5 people who sign up by Friday are also going to get 2 bonus 75-minute coaching calls with me. This is a value of $1,000. That's almost $2,000 in gifts from me to you when you join us on the payment plan. And so if you wanted to take a peek through this sales page, I'll drop it below. There's so much on here for you guys. You can hear from previous clients. You can check out more about what the program is all about. And there's some Q&A there, some regularly asked Q&A that you can check out as well. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that in the chat for you. Yeah, Ren says the rapid breakthrough with Heather is really good. Lorraine's nodding as well because she's also done it. Yeah, it is life-changing, and it can be life-changing if you allow it to be. You just have to be willing to change and be willing to bet and invest on you. So go ahead and grab that link in the chat there. We don't have a guest speaker for you guys today. She's going to be coming tomorrow. So we're actually finished a little bit early today. So I want to just take any questions. If anybody has any questions, you can go ahead and drop them in the chat. And then if not, we're going to see you inside the Own It Collective. Yeah, Lorraine says it was amazing how it helped her. And then within that year, you hit a goal which you had been working to achieve for so long, and I'm so proud of you. You're amazing. So guys, transformation is possible for you at any time. You just have to decide that you are capable, worthy, and deserving. Trust in me, trust in you, and come and join us inside the Own It Collective. And for those who are not ready yet, you're more than welcome to book a free consultation call, and I'm happy to answer your questions. So how can I access the Entering of the Spirit guide? And so it's not a guide, it's a chapter from a book. I can't think of the name right now. And in our Own It community on Facebook, I will drop that for you, the audio from YouTube that you can listen to. And Ren, it's already saved in our VIP Facebook group guide section. So as a client, you can already check that out. That's in there. And I may have even saved the PDF for you in there. So you could check that out. Got it. Thank you. Awesome, Ren. Okay, amazing. You guys are amazing. Any other questions? I'm here to support you for today. And if not, we are going to tune off for today. I'll see you all back for tomorrow for our action-packed mastermind networking session. So come ready to bring your good energy and come ready with what you need support on. And if you don't know, that's totally okay. I can help you create something that we can support you on by asking you the right questions. And if you're curious and you wanted to jump inside the Own It Collective, but you're sitting on the fence, go ahead and book a free consultation call with me now, and we will dive deeper into that and see if it's a fit for you. And if it's not, I'm sure I'll be able to provide you a free resource to guide you along the way. So thank you guys so much for joining us today, day 3 of the Own It Masterclass. We'll be back tomorrow with action. A reminder, it's not recorded, it's not casted. The only way to access it is joining us here in the Zoom room. And then Friday, our bonus belief session, which I'm so excited for. We're going to teach you the art of sales and sell you on your dreams and build your belief. And after our Canadian Thanksgiving, with our energy filled of gratitude, Tuesday the 15th, we will be doing a bonus recap session where you can bring your workbook and we can all work on it together. So thank you, thank you, thank you for your time and your energy and for joining us live today. I really appreciate you. So remember, stay happy, healthy, wealthy, own your mind to live life by design, and may you expect magic and miracles. What's the best that can happen? And we'll see you back tomorrow. Thank you so much.